do you need narcissistic traits to be able to get high levels of success and results then?
I'm going to say yes.
Interesting.
I mean, and honestly, it pains me to say that, but that is the reality. And I mean, I'm an empath and I'm a very sensitive person. And when my work gets demanding, I suffer. You know, like, so I know if I had a team, I would struggle to deliver. I know that. And you've got to be realistic with that. But look, if companies have good procedures in place and if they have good moral ethics and they put in lots of checkpoints, you know, regular checkpoints to keep people in check, hold them accountable, those narcissistic people have almost got to step up. I'm not going to say it's going to curb the behavior, no. But when they know the company is holding people accountable, something they can't deal with, they've got two options: put up and shut up and behave, or leave. Yeah. So I know this, again, this goes into me saying, I know people can kind of change, right? Because I've seen it with companies that have put that in and they've got results. Yeah. So that's what I would say to company owners, you know, base your company off of your moral ethics. Let all your employees know that you're a company that, you know, prides themselves on that, which I think you do from what you've said, you know, that you was integral about how you let people go. Yeah. It says a lot, you know.
Yeah, and a narcissist essentially wouldn't.
No way. No way. And they always flip it, because remember, it's never their fault. Yeah. Never. Yeah. And they cannot cope with shame and embarrassment. So they will do whatever they can to make sure you're the one taking the rap for it. For sure. So
as a narcissistic, I was going to say as a narcissistic boss, but I don't mean me. As an employer, much like the dating scenario, from a personal standpoint, you said, you know, I've always believed kind of hire slow and fire fast is kind of one of the mantras that's been banded around within the communities and groups that I've been part of. Yeah. And hiring slow is really important. And I like to meet people in different environments and scenario and things like that to really get to know them, as well as a little bit of psychometric testing to
I love that.
To get to the bottom of a side of where. Equally, the one that I use is emphasized on the point of, you know, red. You've got red energies, yellow, green, and blue. Yeah,
nice.
And it's also, are they data driven, or are they ideas, or are they people?
Yeah,
and
perfect.
Energies, etc. But in a recruitment sense versus a personal dating, finding a partner sense, is there any differences, or are there any key signs in the recruitment process that an employer or business owner should look for?
No, I actually love that you asked that, because whenever I teach people about morals and values and boundaries, I believe they cross over. Like, I wouldn't do business with someone that I didn't think was honest and authentic. No way. So I wouldn't date someone that wasn't like that either. So to me, it kind of crosses over. Yeah, I totally agree with everything you said there.
Yeah, so from a business owner perspective, the whole idea would be a bit like what I've said, you know, almost imagine, I think it's like dating, really. And the whole, as you mentioned, 3 or 4 months is really about finding where their 5 to 6 core skills are, how they fit in with the dynamic of the team.
Exactly.
You know, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because that's like, I love that, because if you was a company where I said, look, just so we're clear, you get like a 4-month probation period. Every month we check in, we ask employees, we just spot check on you. Like, this is what's going to happen. Accountability. Yeah. That's going to be tough. If someone's deeply narcissistic, that's going to be super tough. But also, you're not then in a point where you've entered that legal contract and then you're at risk of being sued, because they would sue you. They would find a way to do you for unfair dismissal. Yeah. So you really have got to make that decision, be clear on it. And I know some companies, they give you 6 months, a 6-month trial period before you're actually in. Great idea. Great idea.
So so is there anything else in that period of time then for recruitment? So you said accountability, maybe weekly one-to-ones.
Yeah.
Spot checking, shadowing, all the typical training methods. But is there anything else that could be put in during that 3, 4, 6 month period of probation that would really help to identify if that person was coming into the business was toxic or narcissist?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I like the fact you said about using psychometric tests, because I've used the EQI on people and I've found that to be very effective. So if you've got someone that's, you know, very high on like optimism, agreeableness, test that. let's test that. Let's see how they are when it comes to change, being flexible. Let's see how open they are to that. You know, things like that. Just throw them in. You don't have to go mad. You know, you don't want the person to leave, but yeah, test it out.